This is part 3 of my poetry videos from my Life's Been Downs poem book. The truth about the abuse cycle I wrote in 2010, 4th month. Abuse. There's no excuse, ever. Try to protect, be called a liar. Try to stop the cycle, never on their time. Abuse. A single mom, they don't allow it. Want to raise the kid right, they won't let you. Mentally troubled, so what? You care. They don't want it, knowing about it. They don't want you to know the whole picture. You're telling the truth, they don't want to hear it. Abuse kills, we all know it. They just want you to be blind to the facts. The fact is, nobody who cares about others will allow abuse to continue, government or not. There's no excuse for abuse, ever. The next one is called Osiris, Hear My Call, also wrote in 2010, 4th month. Osiris, hear my call. Please help Marianne take her fall without my son being hurt worse than he has already been. Have karmic law come into play. The threefold law is here to stay. Any negativity my aunt puts out, return it to her on this day. It is the karmic threefold law that must be done without fail. Osiris, hear my call. Return the negative back to its source before my son goes astray or gets destroyed by the fire of hate and anger within and without him. The next one is called Anger. I wrote in 1996, 7th month. Frowning, yelling, stamping my feet, jumping up and down, throwing things, hitting things, breaking things. All this I do when I have anger. The next one is called You. It was published in the Shooting Star, which is the newsletter of the Northern Lights Clubhouse here in Hancock, Michigan. The issue was the spring 2011 issue, page number 7. You. Dark clouds seem to be over you. You do not want to do things you used to. You want to cry, but you don't always let yourself. You may feel lower than low. You may feel angry a lot. Sometimes you may not let yourself feel at all. Other times you do things on impulse. You may have trust issues. You may feel unloved. Sometimes you may feel like ending it all. It may look bleak to you, but you can get past it. Being mentally ill doesn't mean you are crazy. You are not. Being mentally ill is not a death knell. There is help. Seek it out. Asking for help makes you strong. You can survive with a mental illness. I did. Never give up. The next one is My Son's Depression. I wrote in 2008. 11th month. I hate to see my son so sad. Nobody listens to what he wants and what he says. He wants to be with Mama. He said it over and over. He is so depressed, he acts out in anger and frustration more than he did. He is becoming a statistic worse than I was. He wants to feel safe and secure in his mama's arms 24/7. He won't be happy until he's with his mama, which is me. I tried to protect him over and over. Nobody would listen. He's going downhill fast, mentally and emotionally. It's all thanks to a system that needs to be majorly overhauled. If people would have listened to me, my son would be really happy with me and not be so depressed. The next one is called Religious Wars. I wrote in 2010, the 10th month. Different religions are a fact. Everyone has a right to their beliefs. I have my own beliefs, you have yours. Religious wars have happened for eons. Nobody seems to get the fact we are all individuals. We are all part of nature. We are all one. I don't try to push my beliefs on someone else. Others I've met do. I wish there was a way to stop the hate for good. Religious wars have caused a lot of pain and grief. I don't want to fight with you about our different beliefs. I try to explain. Some people's minds stay closed. That will be hard to change because it seems to stay the same every time. Will religious wars ever stop? I can only hope. The next one is Precognitions, wrote in 2010, the 11th month. Knowing things before they happen, seeing things in your mind's eye that come true later. It can be scary, having a bad vibe of things to come. Some people are open to it. Some people just know. Precognitions may come and go. They can't be forced to come. It takes patience. Having waves of fear can mean it's time to act. It may happen more than once. That gut feeling can help if we listen to it. Sometimes there may be no changing it. Sometimes it's meant to be. Other times it's not set in stone. It can be changed. Which scenario can be changed is what we'll know when it's time to. The next one is called Fears and Frustration. I wrote in 2010, the third month. It is getting frustrating trying to deal. I'm trying to deal with the past in every way I can. Somehow I'm not allowing myself to try harder. Am I afraid of success? Am I afraid to get hurt again? Am I afraid of another no answer? What am I afraid of? Am I afraid of getting more upset than I am? Why am I afraid to try harder? Is it the fear of the future? Is it the fear of the past? Is it the fear of the here and now? Is it the fear of life itself, because I'm a woman and a single mom? Is it the fear of constant prejudice, or is it the fear of finding out who I actually am? I wish I knew the answer. The next one I have here is called Keep in Mind I Love You. I wrote it for my son, Brandon Keith Woods, on his 3rd birthday in July 2009. Happy birthday to you, my son. To me, you are number one. You are a great kid. I like when you smile. I like to hear you laugh. I love you unconditionally. You deserve to be happy, not blue. You are not bad. You are a very special person. I will always try to help you through hard times as much as I can. I want to teach you right. Keep in mind, I love you. The next one I wrote in 2011, 3rd month, and it's called My Son Doesn't Know Love. My son keeps asking, what is love? He doesn't know love because my aunt doesn't know what love is. I try to tell him about love. He blocks it out. He forgets what's too painful for him. He's keeping the pain inside. He won't let himself cry. Mama and Grandma tell him it's okay to cry, but he won't let himself. When will his rage go off the rest of the way? I don't know for sure. All I know is it's going to happen sooner or later without him getting the help he needs. Okay, the final two I'm going to read for this one. My Emotional Mind, I wrote in January 2011, early in the morning at 12:16 a.m. Emotions overflowing my mind, emotions slamming me around again. My mind was still all day long. Night fell and the opposite. I feel nervous and uneasy. I'm worrying again. I'm shocked at my son holding his tears in. I'm fearful of my son losing his temper again. I need my rest. Emotions don't take over. I'm trying to turn my mind away from worry. What made this happen? I was fine all day. Quiet down, emotions. Quiet down, mind. I need peace. I tell you to stop. This isn't the time. Stop, stop now. Let me sleep. The next one is Life Cycle. Also wrote January 2011. A new life is born. Another one will be taken away. Another angel will be lifted up to heaven very soon. When a baby is born, a tired soul can rest. One life for another is how it goes. Life cycle doesn't end. It continues even after death. We may not be able to see the angels all the time. Occasionally, we may be lucky enough to get a peek. Smells coming suddenly, a strong emotion coming over us. They can be some signs from loved ones come and gone. For a soul to rest, another has to take its place here on earth. The ones who go home will send signs saying, I'm still here, to remind us of life's cycle. We must pay attention to them to know a loved one is thinking of us as we are of them. Life cycle, life, death, and rebirth. A new life for old continues. That's it for now, and I'll be coming out with a part 4 to this. Hopefully part 4 will be the last one, for this one anyways. Thank you, goodbye for right now, until next time, and peace.